Taxidermy. Plane crash. Duck. Surprise.
Episode 24 of Can You Don't. I'm excited.
We're almost to a quarter century.
Right, exactly. I think that's how it works. Yeah. I mean, what if it took a quarter century to get 25 episodes out? Would anyone be there?
You just do one a year?
Mm-hmm. Just a total hype, man. It's like reminds me of the Facebook post that you see when someone's like, "Oh, I got some new stuff," you know.
Oh yeah, can't wait till this drops.
Can't wait till this drops. Like, tell you more details soon. Details in the comments.
Yep.
Or links and it's like, "Oh, you won't believe what I got coming up. Stay tuned."
Yep.
You're like, "Okay, buddy."
Yep.
Easy SoundCloud.
Easy local band.
Okay, bud. Yeah. So I'm Joe Paisley.
Yeah, and I'm Brian.
And you,
Brian Anelbrandt.
Brian Anelbrandt and Joel Parsley. Nice shiner.
Oh, thanks.
I saw you a lot over the last week. So I've watched it come and fade away.
That's what.
Yeah.
It's kind of just
almost
yellow
gone.
now.
Yeah,
it's just like spreading yellow,
like a Genghis infection.
It's a what's when you're turning yellow?
Genghis Khan.
Okay.
That's what it is. No, gangrene. Isn't it gang?
No, it's when it turns green. No, what's the thing when you're jaundice?
Jaundice. Baby thing.
Just my eye is jaundice.
It's a beautiful jaundice eye you got
Jacob.
there. Jingleheimer jaundice.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you got it is one of my favorite stories, so go ahead. Because I want you to tell everybody.
Think it's funny because having little kids, people, you're just going to assume that my kid hit me in the face with its head, or my wife got sick of my antics, and
which all those understandable
abuse.
Yeah.
Well, I probably could do that if I wanted to
reverse
something going,
turn the tables,
get the turntables.
Yeah.
No, we were setting up for Christmas, and we have this giant box of Christmas ornaments. In the box it's a plastic. It's basically like cardboard box, but it's plastic.
Like a Tupperware bin.
So it's
right. Like a giant Tupperware bin.
No, it's not. It's not a classic like see-through Tupperware style. It's basically like a cardboard box, but it's gray and plastic.
Okay.
So it's got sharp edges.
Gotcha.
It bends and everything, all that kind of stuff.
Sounds homemade.
No,
Oh.
It's actually heavy duty.
Okay.
So there's no give to it.
Like.
And
something you piece together in the shed is what it sounds like to me.
No, this is a heavy duty. Like they put this together in a manufacturing plant.
Not like a bin, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre would he put nipples and heads in.
No.
And stuff. Okay.
No.
Got it. So
it would leak.
Quality leaky bin. Got it. Okay.
I don't need blood leaking all over his basement floor. Where did he put? I don't know. So we got all the stuff out, and then all the stuff we didn't use is still in this box, and it's heavy as shit. So I have to get it from the base. So I'm getting it back down the stairs and set it down. I'm like, I do that thing like, okay, I got to set it down, readjust. And the way that my basement is set up, it's a studio now. So I have some lights hanging, and then we have a basically like a movie theater side. So we've got couches. So there's a short little or a skinny gap that you can walk through. So I was going to have to lift this box over the couches to get them into the storage place. So in my head, I'm thinking, I really got to put some fucking some fortitude into this. I got to lift this box up and get it over. So what I do is I lean down and I'm going to lift my back because that's where you get the most strength, right?
Right.
So
and how you just don't throw it out because that sucks.
Exactly.
No.
I think I would have. So I get down. I'm ready to pull up, and I look down. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and I jerk this box up as hard as I can, and then I stand up. Then I hit my head on one of the lights. And what's your reaction when you hit your head on something?
You got to duck.
Yeah, you duck. Like, oh, what the hell was that? So what I did was pulled as hard as I could on this box to lift it up, hit my head, and then my head went down. So I had two forces of my head going down and the box coming up, and the edge. Have you ever had like a cardboard cut?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like sharp. It's hard plastic that hit me in the eye, and it like cut around my eye, and then the force of it was like getting punched in the eye, and then so now I'm laying on the ground on the floor going, oh God! And my wife's upstairs. You okay? I'm like, oh yeah. And then she comes down the stairs, and then she's asking me like, "Are you okay? What? Were you okay?" I'm like, you go into one of those things where you're just like, I just let me be in pain.
Yeah.
Stop asking me questions.
I will come to you when I'm ready to
if
talk
you don't
about
shut
this.
up, I'm going to give you one of these.
It's like the start of a Home Alone stunt.
Yeah,
Like,
it really
you're
was.
Like, and then the paint can like falls over.
Right.
And you, ow!
Comes down the stairs and knocks me over.
Drop the box. It lands on your foot. You go, ouch!
Yep.
And you skip across and
Well,
fall
that was
over.
the joke. I felt it was like
coffee
Marv
table.
from
Yeah.
Home Alone. It was
Right.
basically like just a chain reaction of things that led to a giant shiner.
That's the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs.
Going down the stairs.
It's that time of the year. People
It
are gonna.
is. Yeah, Home
I get
Alone.
to watch that.
That was
again.
number 2.
That was, yes. I think number 2 is better than 1 in a lot of
ya?
ways. Yeah,
Okay.
because that's the one where Marv also gets electrocuted, right? And the scream that he does, he turns into a skeleton.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
See that? I remember 2 as well.
Okay. Well, I'm glad your eyes is getting better. You look just as beautiful with or without it. So
Wait, should
what? Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can kind of see it.
See.
It looks like an infection at this point.
Yeah. Well, and I'm really tired, so both eyes I already had. They're like purple underneath, so it's making it even worse.
It's like a giant pink eye situation. Thanks to everybody
Yeah.
who's supporting us on Patreon. You'll find a link in the episode description. We will continue to record after today's episode for some bonus content for everybody that is part of the gaggle. You're missing out on some really funny stuff. Oh, you got 2 of them or just 1? Just one? Oh, just one of it.
You know what's funny? We've done this for a couple weeks, and last week, I think I almost enjoyed the recap of what we did.
Right.
Like there was some good stuff in there.
There's some funny stuff. So don't miss out. Head on over to patreon.com/canyoudon'tpodcast, and anything you want to see on the show, you can email that into heyguys@canyoudon'tpodcast.com.
You know what I really want to do, Joe?
What do you want to do?
I really want to take a drink of my coffee and chew some ice in the mic, but I'm not going to do that.
Do you?
I really want to
you
do
now?
that so
Okay.
bad, but I'm not going to
I can hear it.
because there's a lot of folks that are listening with earbuds and they're not happy.
You're not happy with our jokes. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Now, some of them went to the hospital, so we have to
Blown
watch
out
it.
eardrums.
Yeah, lawyer was like, okay, get the fortune cookies away from the microphone. Okay.
Fucking lawyer, dude.
We are going to continue reading a couple of these awkward compliments before we get into the show today because they just keep on coming. It is ridiculous how many creepy old ass fucking people are out there. Majority of them, yeah, men. I'm going to read this first one. It says, this is coming in from our daughter, Sarah. She says, this story happened around 2008-ish when I was around 21. I was filling up my car at a local gas station after a night of partying. I can't remember what month it was, but it was warm enough here in Cleveland, so I was wearing shorts and flippies. Then again, it's Cleveland, so it could have been any month, but I digress. Funny. So this man walks up to me as I'm pumping gas, looks me right in the windows, or right into the windows of my soul, and says, "I'm sorry to bother you, but I just had to come over and tell you that you have model feet and the best Coke nostrils I've ever seen."
Coke nostrils?
Hell yeah. I'm not sure if he was hungover or the lifelong desire of attention, daddy issues, but I smiled and maybe teared up a little bit. Well, that's all, folks. Your hand dancing, gang sign throwing daughter, Sarah, and she's a sign language interpreter. Get it? Lol.
I love that. It's kind of like, oh, no one's ever said anything that nice to me before.
I mean, at least it's unique.
Yeah. It was actually to me, instead of like some guy just trying to pick up with some generic line, he was very specific.
Like you do a little, when someone says that, you have to do a little gesture to the thing that they complimented to.
Your Coke nostrils?
Oh, do I? And
Do
you get
I?
to
Yeah.
give a little brush on them.
So is that a thing?
Pick your feet up. Like, do I have model feet?
Do I?
Go home. You're like, do I? Do I? Could I be
Start
a foot
taking
model?
some pictures and start an OnlyFans.
He just helped you out. He was just a business guy for you.
Is Coke nostrils a thing?
I don't know.
You're the Coke guy.
No, not anymore. Listen, everybody. Yeah. Did I have fun with it for a while?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Did I have Coke nostrils?
Yeah. Sure. Who doesn't?
Who didn't?
Who didn't? I don't know. I guess if they're like comically like Dr. Seuss large type of nostrils, but I'm not sure if those are great. I think Coke will go in there regardless of your nostrils.
Yeah. As long if you suck hard enough or sniff hard enough,
If you can sniff.
Yeah. Suck.
Can,
He's sucking up. It's like one of those sugar. What are those things? The pixie stick.
Yeah, pixie stick.
But it's cocaine.
I picture we're at a party.
Okay.
Oh, everyone there has done coke. You haven't, but you're going to pretend you have done coke. You're like, hey, Brian, you want to do some blow? You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And you guys go branch off into a bedroom. and lock the door, and then they get the drugs out and they chalk up some lines on the table, and they're like, "Hey, new guy, you first." You walk over there and just suck up the lime with your mouth.
That's different.
You're like, "What the fuck?" And you're like, "I can't feel my tongue." You're like, "Yeah, of course you can't, you weirdo."
Well, don't you rub it on your gums?
Yeah, gummer, like a tiny little bit of it afterwards. And you don't have to. It's just a fun thing to do.
Okay. You ever do this real quick? Then we'll move on. She said it happened around 2008, and then they said their age. Do you ever just start adding it up and seeing how old they are?
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's what, 35?
Mm-hmm. She's our age.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, you want to read our next compliment thing? It's from Bunny.
Yeah. Darkest greetings, mortals.
Fine.
Just heard the new episode where people wrote in weird comments. Figured I'd share mine. I know over the history of my life I've had cringe moments made to me, but they all escape my mind at this moment. However, I do recall an event that happened recently.
Okay.
I got my first motorcycle this year in July. Heck yeah. And have been so excited about it. I've told/shown literally everyone I know. This guy on a different shift where I work at heard about it and hadn't seen it, and asked to see a picture of it. Of course, I'm like, hell yeah, sure. He's probably sexy, you know. Mm-hmm. He looks me up and down and says, "Got a picture of you naked on it?"
Slow your roll.
And I'm like, no. And I continue to look for a picture of it. She keeps going on.
I know what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. He continues to look me up and down and says, "I see you went and dyed your hair black." Oh, no. Mm-hmm. You got to have a picture of you naked on it. Oh my God, he's just pressing. I nervously laugh and show him the pic of the bike and then walk away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This dude is like in his late 50s, about 3,000 pounds, wears a gold chain and always has his chest pubes hanging out. I've talked to him a few times before about work stuff. But we are far from friends. Very uncomfortable. I told my coworker friends about it, and they are like, "You need to go to HR on him." So I did. LOL. Lol. Mm-hmm. I've also been catcalled while walking downtown Indy while holding my husband's hand.
Perfect.
People be savage out here, wilds of Indiana. Okay, bye. You're half human, half alien, whole asshole daughter, Bunny.
Man, that's creepy.
That's really
that's
creepy.
great. Let me see a picture of your kids. Do you have any pictures of you naked?
Yeah.
What?
Do you have any pictures of your kids naked?
Whoa. You should probably go to HR on that one. Oh, come on.
You should probably go to the police on that one.
Yeah, well, that's up to HR then. They have to take that one to police.
I love how it's like it's to say it once, and then like, and then she's like, laughs it off, and then he takes it even further. Mm-hmm. Oh, like, and now he's saying that, oh, you dyed your hair black, like, oh, I've seen you previously, you know, like.
Look at you. Anyway, got a picture of you naked?
Yeah.
God, it's so creepy. But keep those weird compliments coming in because they are a blast to read. To heyguys@canyoudon'tpodcast.com. Ready for the show to start?
I thought it did.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, like the segment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
Well, here we are, Brian.
Back at it.
Yeah. So for Shut Up and Start the Show this week, we have a Would You Rather.
Okay.
It was sent in by Chris, and here's what he has for us. Would you rather relive the most embarrassing moment of your life, which also airs on TV, or have the patient doctor privilege of telling someone they're dying? Cool. Super fun. I've never done anything embarrassing. Nothing huge. And so I can't really relate to this one. And it wasn't like broadcasted to millions of people
I was
either.
just going to say,
so,
it wasn't on a TV show, but it was on a large...
Fucking damn close. So apart from that, because I don't feel like talking about that, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of like some sexual encounter. I've shared the story of me doing the naked front flip into the nightstand, then knocked the candle over, and then it caught the carpet on fire. That would be probably pretty embarrassing to be just aired on television, on national TV. But also, just because I know me, also pretty funny. Also fine. Get a laugh. We'll do that much.
It's hard because like anything that's like, there's embarrassing, then there's like, oh, I just don't want anybody to know that I do this. Because there's things that are embarrassing that you could...
Maybe we could wrap that in there too. Like... Embarrassing can be something that was just on your own, I suppose. Like just something that you're like, oh man, I hope no one ever were to find out about that.
Well, I mean, just like an intimate moment, like just masturbating or something. But like, what if you were on your computer looking at porn and the camera was on and so everyone's seeing you like you're most intimate because you're doing something that you don't think anybody's watching. You know, because like if you're having sex with someone, there's still someone in there. It's still embarrassing, but but when you're by yourself, like if you're into some stuff,
You know what I
mean?
I know what you mean. I'm not a talker. Do you talk when you diddle? Like, do you say something like, "Oh, you like that"? Like to your TV,
to yourself,
to your screen, or some shit?
No,
I don't either. But I picture there's art people out there like
oh,
that.
Yeah,
Like, there's plenty of them.
Give her that.
Yeah,
dick.
you like that? You like that? Like just even that alone by yourself. You like that? Is little. I mean, and then just broadcast it on NBC. Oh yeah, you fucking
on NBC.
Oh yeah, you fucking like that?
I'm fucking.
Oh, maybe I can tell that story right now because I've been waiting for a long time.
Okay.
Because I have been saying it for ever since it happened because it's so goddamn funny. But in college, me and my buddies would like you just find funny porn and send it to each other. I know dudes are weird. Sorry if you don't do that. But you just find something like however you found it doesn't matter. No questions asked. Just send it off and let people watch it. It doesn't matter.
Judgment. It's just
no judgment. Just send it
now
over
in the group,
and it's very funny. And there's this one in particular where they were doing it. And this guy, I mean, I don't even remember what he looks like, but there's what he sounds like. And they're getting towards the end. He goes, "Oh, yeah." And then he goes, "I'm fucking you." And it was like this huge, "Oh my God." It's like sound like Cartman. Like it was so weird.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Okay, I'm fucking you.
I'm fucking you. It was so good. So we spent the last 3 years of college just yelling that to each other whenever you could. Just, "Oh fuck."
I love that it's in like weird opportune times. You're the only people that knows what that is.
What is happening?
I love that kind of.
But
insight.
that's the origin story of the fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck. That's where it came from. Okay, so back to the story.
Well, I was just gonna say, going back to that thing where, like, when you're in a group thread or something like that, and you share something, no one ever. Like, and sometimes it's from someone you wouldn't expect it to be.
Those are the best.
But you still don't judge it. But could you imagine a situation where people are judging? Like you send a video like that, and you start getting like, "Oh my God, where did you find it?" Like they start judging you for.
Whoa, Joe. Too much. Whoa.
That crossed the line.
That's immediately when I would leave the group chat.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going to get better. It's only going to get worse.
You just think it's going to be funny. You're like, "Oh, they'll like this." And then they're like, "God." Like, what would be the...
Although
a child porn would probably have to be the thing.
That
right?
would be the one that I would definitely turn a family member in for. But we have
family member.
Yeah, some family member sent me that like in a group chat.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about family. I was talking about like
like a group
your friend. Jesus.
I was thinking about family.
Now I'm going to start judging you.
Because we have a family group chat.
Okay.
Which I also do find it funny to put a really offensive stuff in there. Like from time to time, everyone's talking about.
Is your mom in there?
Yeah, that's why I love it. So mom, sisters, brother, then their spouses, boyfriends, whatever, they're all tied into this group chat. And I'll just send shit in there while they're talking about like Christmas plans for like next year.
What's something you'd send in there?
I'm trying to think. What was the one? I mean, it's usually just memes. I did send in a video one time where it has, what's the Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. And right when the chorus kicks in, like instead of them going like, it's a guy getting kicked in the nuts, like really hard. Then he just screams. So I can send that out to my sisters and mom, and that's just kind of the way I roll.
Like, all right,
little shock. Just Joseph. And that's how I know it was good.
Shot through the heart, and it's actually some guy getting shot.
Whack. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's a lot.
Shot through the heart.
Joe, what the fuck?
Lol.
Okay, so back to it. Most embarrassing or just private moment we are including in here, broadcasted on live TV. Yes, that's traumatizing. But I will tell you, eventually it does kind of fade away. Personal experience. Or you have the patient-doctor privilege of telling someone they're dying. Which, speaking of the bonus content that we talked about at the start of the show, this was on like a bonus episode that you'd get through Patreon. But we talked about this situation where you had like a barbershop quartet. And we eventually named these guys the Bad News Boys. And doctors or whoever would hire the barbershop quartet to come in and deliver bad news.
Because they didn't want to do it themselves.
They didn't want to do it themselves. Yeah. So that's why the patient-doctor privilege of telling someone they are dying. I'm like, yeah, it'd be awesome if I was in a barbershop quartet. Just got in there. And this idea made me so happy, I actually wrote out a couple songs. that I thought maybe I could sing for everybody.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so
Do you need me to play the music or anything? Bob.
you can be in here. You can be around it.
Okay.
Me. Okay. Bo-do-do-do. We have good news, but mostly bad. Do-do-do-do. The good news is that we're singing while you're sad. Do-do-do. But the bad news we've got for you now is it doesn't look like you'll be around. Boo, 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 for the holidays and miss all the fun. Do, do, do. No more birthdays or vacations in the sun. Do, do, do. Yes, it's tragic, but it's time you know that you've been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And then as they're as they're shuffling out of the door, is the bass guy's going boom 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 boom. And then I wrote one more about a different situation.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's the exact same rhythm and beat, but here we go. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Dad requested that they do a test. Draw some blood and let the doctors do the rest. The results are back, and wouldn't you know that it looks like you've been a bit of a hoe. Boop, 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 boop. Let's be honest, there's no need to lie. We all know that he was not the only guy. Clapping your cheeks and breaking bedposts. But that guy over there is white as a ghost. And the baby's black. Boom.
And the baby's black. Boom. Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
The doctors are
nursing
saying,
staff.
Yeah, they're like with their clipboards and stuff.
And that was great. We got good news. We got bad news. Bad news. Well, you're dying. Good news. We were able to book the bad news boys.
Yeah, the good news is
And usually they're weeks out. So
we got him on last late notice.
Boop boop boop, dude. Oh, how fun is that? That visual kills me.
We should do that.
Do a video for the bad news boys. Yeah, we should. I would have a hard time with it, but I think it's basically, would you want to embarrass yourself or have to tell somebody else they're dying? And then it really comes down to, how well do I know the person I'm telling that they're dying? Like, what's the situation? Why am I involved? Because someone's going to have to tell them, and it might as well be me.
Plus, they're going to die, and then they'll forget about it.
Yeah, right. That's one way to look at it. So I don't know
they
why.
They won't hold it against you.
No.
Right, I mean?
Like, who the fuck was that? I don't know, but you're going to die.
Yeah.
The doctor, here is Danny DeVito. Like some guest person coming in. Or what if they knew me or they knew you? That'd be the worst.
Yeah.
Like, they have no idea who you are. And like, okay, you go in. Brian, you're like, oh, shit.
It's like a fifth grader comes running at you for a hug.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have to...
Brian, I watch your videos all the time. Like, oh, man, you won't be watching them for much longer.
Yeah.
What?
Put a pillow over their head.
Sit down. I got to tell you something.
Bash
you're dead.
Yeah.
Embarrass yourself or tell someone they're going to die.
Well, okay. I mean, my first instinct of hearing that is... if the embarrassing thing will linger, it will linger, and it'll always be there for you to relive that. Telling someone that it's not like you can't save their life.
Yeah,
it's not like they're like, oh, Brian or Joe, you suck at surgery, you can't save me. You're just telling them that somebody else can't fix them.
But that's a crazy twist.
Yeah, it was what does this do?
Like, what the fuck are you doing? The cut's got to be over here. You're like, I don't know.
Have you ever watched like a hospital show? And they have like there's a tumor or something like that.
Always
it's not a tumor.
Yeah.
And they're they lay the body open and they're cutting around stuff, and you just think like, why can't you just cut that out? But I realize that's the thing. Like, there's so many parts that are, but it's like, just cut it out.
Get it out of there. Look, get on.
What's so hard about it?
It's right there. Pull it out.
Grew in. Just get it out. Do you like the guy from Temple of Doom? Oh, you haven't seen Temple of Doom.
No, I think I have. But
He
it's been a
just
long
reaches
time.
in and
Right.
rips the guy's heart out. Just grab the tumor and just rip it out.
Rip it out and sew him back
then
up.
solder it and then sew him back up.
He's got shit to do this evening. He's got bingo.
Yeah.
So quit wasting time. Pull the
Right.
goddamn tumor out.
What's so hard about that?
I love the oversimplification of just things you don't understand. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of another one that's really good. Yeah, I mean, anything in the science or medical field.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, just fucking put the mask on him or whatever. It's like, well, you can't just do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're dumb. How'd you get in here? Oh, sorry. Who let Brian
Yeah,
in?
who let him in here? He
just take it out. Boo!
You're like imagine being at a hospital, like you have a family member in the room. You walk down to say the cafe, get some food, and you're like walking back eating something, and you back your shoulders into the door and there's a surgery going on. You're like, just check it out, and you're like chewing on something from the store.
God damn, boring. What about a situation where you were a doctor but you had an audience? Like some weird fucked up world.
They have that.
Sometimes. Some hospitals have like the students get to look. I'm talking anyone can buy a ticket and come in.
Oh yeah.
You got like a 10,000 seat arena.
Okay.
With cameras all over the place and people are like
On a rotating stage,
Yeah.
like Metallica.
It gets higher and higher.
It goes upside down like Motley Crue.
The guitar, it's like dun, 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 dun,
Fireworks.
dun, 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 dun. He's like just like sweating, and people are like, "Boo! Just take it out! Just take it out!"
They're holding signs.
Boo!
This guy sucks.
This guy sucks. This guy killed my mom. Boo!
You know what's funny about that is, so like you take that into like sports, and you think about an athlete, like you know, you're down by one, whatever. You get fouled, you get put on the free throw line. You have to make the shot or your team loses. And all the stuff that's going on in that sports world that people are used to, but then you bring
Into a hospital?
that environment where now it's like life or death, because people treat sports like it's life or death.
Yeah.
Now this is actually
Literally.
life or death.
How funny would this be? Hear me out. It's a huge moment in the surgery. I don't know what he's doing. He's cutting an important tube somewhere with a sharp knife. And it's super tense, getting way down in there. And from the top row, you can hear, "Hot dogs!
Get your hot dog here!
Cotton candy, 2 for 1. And the guy's,
Ice cold beer here! Ice cold beer!
"Oh God!" and fucking misses it. "Get your hot dogs!" "Oh no! Just take it out!" I love that guy. Just
Take it out.
drunk guy, with his
Yep.
shirt off. Just
Yep.
take it out! Boo!
All the things that you would say at a sporting event translated just directly over to that. You're yelling, "You worthless piece of shit! Catch the ball!"
Open your eyes!
Yeah.
Open your eyes, doctor!
Yeah.
Or you have competing surgeries who can get it done first.
A guy runs onto a streaker. He's like running
the OR?
running through the OR.
It's not sterile. Get that guy out of here. He runs in there and sticks his hands in the surgery. Starts slapping around like a spleen.
Grabs
God, get him out.
an intestine, just starts waving around.
It's the drunk guy. And he's trying to get the tumor. Just take it out. And he gets in there and goes, "Ugh."
You know, and like the rooting for the finger, the number one team, but it's like I don't know, it's a surgery thing.
Sure.
But so all the things that you buy at a sporting event, translated, what's something that
Scalpel.
Yeah, like a scalpel.
A
And you're just like,
stethoscope.
you have like foam scalpels and stuff and all the weird shit that you could have. And you're for the doctor or against the doctor. There's a team for and a team that wants him to fail.
Wants him to die.
Yeah.
They're operating on someone that's like on death row. And the only way they get off is if he survives. I don't know. Weird. This is an alternate universe that's never
fun.
going to exist. Okay.
We're gonna make it exist.
I'm going to for sure just tell somebody they're dying.
Yeah, me too.
So whatever. Fuck it. All right. Ready to move on?
It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck, but at least they'll be dead. So
Yeah. At least I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Not my problem. All right. Let's move on.
okay.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
All right. So this is the what are we thinking about? And it's something that I'm thinking about,
Okay.
but it has to do with you.
Oh.
You're the problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
we figured that out.
So Brian and I have hung out a lot in the last week. Just worked out. I've been over Spokane like 4 times.
We haven't
last
worked
7
out.
days.
We haven't been working out.
Not that, please. No, but we've just been trying to film some videos, which we actually did film a video. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go over to Brian Albrand on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok and watch the video we made where I'm in a pink suit that doesn't show off my penis.
We have a couple of videos out.
Yes, we do. Go check them out, though. Anyway, back to this. So I've been over there a lot, and this was like 2 weeks ago. I was on the phone with Brian, and he was doing something, and I could just tell that he was getting really frustrated. He was trying to explain something to me, but he kept on going like, God damn it. And like, I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, what? And you're like, I'm trying to park, and I'm this goddamn parking machine, thing's not taking my car, doesn't work. And then a little bit longer, he kept on doing like I think, God, hold on.
Well, there was also a homeless guy.
Oh yeah, asking for chicken.
He was asking me for in talking about the weather and how cold it was and stuff while this was going on.
Oh, it's so good. So you're telling him to be quiet. I'm wondering what you're doing, and then the card, you're like, fuck it. And I don't know exactly what happened, but you hung up on me. I think you got it figured out, and then you called me back, and we continued talking, and I guess figured that was that. Now here we are. A couple weeks after that, and we're out getting a sandwich and writing some scripts for some videos. And I park, and you're nice enough. You offered to pay for parking, so I'm letting you go because you're a grown up, and you're on your own. You're at the parking meter,
and I should be able to figure it out.
I mean, a textbook thing that you should have down, especially if you live in a city. Anyway. So I'm standing there by you. I'm like kind of bouncing, and I look over, and you're doing the same thing now. You're going, damn it!
I'm like, this stupid fucking
you're
machine.
Like, come on, man. Fuck! You're like, it's the machine again. It's the machine. Like, is this what happened? And you brought it up. Like, this is what was happening when I was on the phone with you. This doesn't fucking work. So I just like mosey on over, and I just look at what you're doing, and you have your card in backwards. And you did the entire time, and you just kept on slamming it in the wrong direction. And I just waited a little bit, and I just pointed at the picture, and I was like, it's the wrong way. And you went, flipped it, and then immediately it worked, and you're in within like 4 seconds. Like it was all set.
In my defense, that picture is tiny. And all it had, and it doesn't have like the numbers. It just has the corner bent over, the little graphic with the corner with the strip on it.
And I've actually been there. I didn't tell you this, but it was also in Spokane. But it was a late night. I was going to University of Idaho, and we were in Spokane for one reason or another, and it was pretty late at night. And I had to pay I offered to pay for gas to get us back to Moscow, and the gas station that's right there. I'm sitting there and I'm putting it. I'm like, God damn it. And I didn't know there was there was no one. It's like it's really shady. I did not want to go inside of this one. It was not looking good for me to go walk around at this gas station. And so my buddies in the car like, hurry up! I'm like, I'm not working. So then I was sitting there doing it over and over again, and then this shadow approaches me, and I turn and I look, and it's a guy. He's tall, skinny guy, but he has like a gas station shirt on, so he's working. He doesn't say a fucking word. He reaches over, he grabs my card, and then he flips it the other way and pushes it in, and then looks at me, and then just walks back inside the fucking place. And that way, I just had the card in backwards.
Did you say thank you, or just kind of like...
Went, oh. Yes. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. But that, man, I've had that happen with an elevator. I was really drunk. And I was with a buddy, so like we both just didn't read the sign. And it was right next to the buttons, and we're pushing it, and the button was lighting up, like it was turned on. So we'd push it, and we're just fucking waiting there, hammer drunk. I think in Vegas again, but not that long. But it felt like 5 to 10 minutes before like one of us zoned out and read the sign above it that said "out of service."
Oh god!
And we just stood there and pushed the button for 5 minutes, just two drunk idiots being like, "Come on, man."
Well, in your defense. I've done that sober where there's a sign that you just didn't even know. You're like, you walk up to the door like you always do.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're just like, why isn't something working? And then you look up and it says closed or whatever. And you're like, oh shit. Cause you didn't think to look. You were just going through the motions. And then you feel like an idiot, but I don't go up to doors looking for signs that say closed, especially if you're used to just doing something all the time.
Used to it being open.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was really funny.
Yeah, they used to have you could do it on your phone. Well, I think you still can. It was the old stuff. It was like Passport. I had the app. I just look at the number, boop, 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 boop. And then they took all that out and put in a new system.
Yeah.
So I am still getting used to the new system.
That's the old man in you. Back in my day,
You know what I used to do back in the old days?
put coins in the thing.
Well, you did, but I used to jump meters. Like when we'd be down at the bar, I would go the full, like, put your hand on
like
top.
frog hop.
Yeah, like whoop. Oh, and then I haven't done it since, because one winter we were doing it. We were drinking a lot. We're down there. I went 1, cleared it. 2, cleared it. Third one, got up, caught my leg.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, how tall are meters?
Yeah.
4 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I fell directly on my hip and just laid there like, ah!
Yeah.
Oh, God. And then I had a group of friends there, and they're just like, you okay? I'm just laying there like, oh!
Kind of.
And just
I'm
laying
kind
there.
of okay.
Like, part of me wanted to just lay there on the frozen tundra, the ground, just to keep
Built-in
the
ice
swelling.
pack?
Yeah, it was like, keep the swelling down.
Nature's ice pack.
And then, like, I was just like, go without me. That whole,
Have you ever? Yeah, well, I mean that's close. But have you ever gone on the phone with like customer service, and then you realize how bad you fucked up while you're on the phone with them, and it makes you feel bad,
Probably.
like a huge idiot.
Yeah.
I've had that happen, and I know I have told this story before, but it's been a while. But I was just talking to Ezra about the furnace down here in the basement where where our studio's at, and it is an old furnace. If something happens,
like
at
Home
least,
Alone, it talks to you.
I wish
Okay.
that'd be sweet. No, but it's like from the 70s, maybe early 80s, and it's just there. It's just waiting to explode and go out. I've fixed it probably 15 times
That's probably why it's getting ready to explode.
because I keep fixing it.
Yeah.
I'm not hiring a professional. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wise guy.
Come on. I mean,
So in this particular situation, I had tried everything I had already known. And when I got on the phone with customer service, he like first thing he said, he goes, "Okay, well, the gas line's open, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." He goes, "Okay, we'll take the covers off, and we're gonna check the pilot. We'll check the fan belt. We'll do like a hard reset and get whatever to try and get the furnace kicked back on." And we went through all this shit and like even like some video call, like showing him different stuff, and then. And he's like, "Man, it just doesn't make any sense."
He's like, move it over to the left more. Yeah, now a little bit higher.
Sorry, it's too grainy. Can you just come here? Fine, come here. So he's helping me out, and we go through everything. And he's like, "God," he goes, "That's so weird." And I'm looking at it while I'm waiting for him to figure out the next thing he wants me to do. And then I look at the very first thing he said, which was the gas line, and it was off. And it was just a handle. That was it.
Are you sure the
he's
gas
like,
is...
it's just a handle, and I don't know how it got turned. I think Ezra was back there playing with it and turned it, and then I just didn't know he was back there, so I just never checked. I was like, "Of course it's on. I never fucking text that thing," but it's not. And then right now, if you go out there and look at it, it's turned on and then taped in place, like wrapped around the pole or the pipe.
It's welded open.
Open forever. Real safe stuff.
Yeah.
But then
you don't want to be in that situation again and get embarrassed.
yeah, and what I didn't do was tell him that was the issue. I just fucking hung up.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That's a man move right there.
Yeah, I realized it, and he's talking. He goes, "I don't know."
you're like, I think I'm losing you.
But it's on video calls because he sees me going.
It's smooth,
super smooth.
But you're trying. That's funny if you do it on video. So you're going like, really jerky and. Oh my God.
He's like, "What the fuck?" He didn't call back. Furnace was fixed. Fished. Furnace was fished. So those are my stories for this situation. But I know that there's been people that I know there's amazing stories out there. I always remember one where someone was driving a car that a listener sent in, and they parked behind this car, and they're honking at it and shit for like a long time, and they realized that they're just sitting on the side of the road where the cars were parked.
Right. I think I've done that. I
They
didn't
thought
honk,
they thought it was a 2-lane.
Yeah.
And so they had a turn coming up or whatever, put him in the right lane, and he just sat behind parked cars for 20 minutes.
Like, what is this guy doing?
Unbelievable. Honey, I'm going to be late. You're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. So
I know I can't think of anything specific, but I know there's things that I've done like that too, where you're getting so worked up, you're pissed off. Mm-hmm. Well, we kind of shared one, but I know there's other ones where you're just like, you're fucking raging, and then you realize, the switch was off or something like that. You're just like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Or you didn't have the, God damn it. Why is it called? The fuck on any sort of tool that you use. Choke. You didn't have the choke open. Anyway. So that's it.
I have
That's a good one.
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
So we had my neighbor, when he moved, he gave us some stuff out of his garage. He let us have his snowblower. Mm-hmm. And he goes, well, here's the thing. It's old, so you got to have this. You got to do this way to. He's like working the choke. He's doing this convoluted way to start it. It starts up. I'm like, okay, I can remember that.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got it.
And this was like the summer. So now winter comes along, and I can't figure out how to turn it on. So I wheel it back into the garage and get my shovel and go. Then then the next spring, I'm cleaning out the garage, and I'm like, you know what? This thing, it just doesn't work. I'm not going to try to fiddle with it and make it work. So I put a free sign and put it out on the sidewalk. And this guy pulls up in a car, and I was outside doing something. He's like, "You really want to get rid of this?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Does it work?" I'm like, "Yeah, it works fine. I just don't know how to turn it on." And I felt so stupid saying that. And then so he goes over, and he's like, click, 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 starts up, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. God, and then my wife comes out, and she's like, did he just turn that thing on? And he's kind of giggling about it, And he's like, well, it worked. Are you sure you want to get rid of this thing? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe now I don't want to get rid of it. And I'm like, but can you show me how that was? So he shuts it off. And then so I pull out my phone. I'm like, here, let me film this.
Of course I would do it, but I got these gimpy hands.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So so now it's in front of his wife and my wife, and he's clicking on things, and I'm filming it with my phone, and he kicks it right back on. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll keep it then. So he's like, all right. And they get in the car and drive off, and then I wheel it back into the garage. You talk about emasculating.
Yes, that is
in front of his wife, my wife, the neighbors.
I picture like this weird telephone communication where like you two are in the middle, wives are on the opposite sides. He fires it up, and the wife like rolls the window down in the truck. She goes, "So he just couldn't turn it on?" "Yeah, he just couldn't turn it on."
Yeah.
And your wife's like, "What was that?" He goes, "No, he just couldn't turn it on." And you're just standing there, just
in the middle of it.
Wow, like a kid that's in trouble,
right? Just, like talking about how much of an idiot I am, right. And less of a man.
No, he was going to give it away. It's got to be worth at least $1,000.
Yeah, it's probably like $1,000. He was just going to give it away for free.
What was he going to do? Give it away. Can't believe that. It's because he didn't know how to start it. And you're just head down in the middle.
That's basically what happened.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, send in if you have examples of you being an idiot and then having to own up to it or just hanging up on customer service. Send those in to heyguys@canyoudon'tpodcast.com.
Hey, do you ever put a USB, like a thumb drive something in, and it doesn't work, so you flip it over and you're like, why doesn't that work? And then you're like, you flip it over, then it goes right in.
Yeah, all the time, actually.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does it do that?
Because USBs aren't the best. The way they line up kind of sucks.
Yeah, but you get when you try it the third time, it goes right in.
Well, I don't have an answer for that one.
That's
but I definitely do it.
When you don't know where you're poking, and you're like, nope, whoa,
too high, too low.
It's a little bit lower. There it is.
There it is. All the way down there. Still,
just like that.
What's it doing down there? Why is it all at the bottom? Okay.
All right. We move on.
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's dick big.
All right, Brian guy, before we take a look at your dick, your dong over there, what if the guy, you gave him the snowblower, right? And then he charged you for you to take it back. So he figured out how to start. He's like, "You sure you want to get rid of this?" You're like, "Yeah, take it."
It'd be $600.
And he takes it and then fires it up before it gets in the truck. He goes, "You sure you don't want this thing?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, $600. You're like, "What the fuck?" Even if it was $20.
Yeah.
Just something that's like, you fucking, you're like, and you're like, okay. You bought it and then wheeled it back into your own garage.
And then, then the ultimate would be like, you can't start it again. You can't figure it out.
He's like, I'll show you how to start it for $20. You're like, this fucking sucks.
I got this thing for free, couldn't figure it out, tried to give it away, then paid money for it, and then
rolled it back
still can't figure it out.
And then forgot how to start it.
So I basically just lost $20 for however much money.
Pretty good. Okay, let's take show me the thing that you did. Or found, or whatever it is.
All right, where are you? Okay, there it is. All right.
Boom, 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 boom.
After renegade nurse chops off man's foot, state finds heap of system failures.
All right. Intrigued. Tell me more.
Officials in Wisconsin found a series of failures at federal violations at a nursing home where a renegade nurse. They keep renegade. Yeah, come on. I just picture Lorenzo Lamas in his duster, just cutting people's legs off.
Wee, wee, wee.
Renegade. He was a cop and good at his job.
Oh.
All right. She cut off a man's foot without his consent and wanted to have it stuffed in her family's taxidermy shop and then put on display to warn children to wear your boots in cold weather.
Fuck. I mean, I'm not sure if renegade's the right word. Maybe maniac?
Yeah, maniac.
Fucking lunatic nurse?
Yeah, renegade implies like he beats to his own drum or whatever.
Right.
She's just doing shady shit.
Crazy shit. She belongs in a padded room is where she belongs. Oh, man.
The man died June 6 days after losing his foot.
What?
Actually, I didn't read that the first time. But anyway, basically what happened was he fell down and his feet were turning purple and doing that whole thing.
Doing that whole annoying thing.
Yeah. You know, like as they feet do.
As old people do, always turning purple and shit.
And she wanted to cut his foot off.
His head off.
Yeah.
So she
Just
was
end
like, okay,
we'll settle for the foot. But everyone was like, no, that's not necessary. You know, we don't need to do that. And basically what happened is she cut the guy's foot off and then threw it into a baggie and jammed it into a freezer. And she wanted to keep this foot because her family has a taxidermy shop, and she wanted to put it mounted up in their shop. And
Cool.
there's I could go. This is a long story.
Yeah, there's a lot of like gruesome details too. You can look it up.
Yeah, and so it happened at a nursing home. You know, like it was an elderly guy.
Yeah.
who, for all intents and purposes, his mind was there, and he didn't consent to this. And like apparently that day he could wiggle his toes and all that.
An old renegade nurse just waiting for the right moment to cut someone's foot off.
Is it Ratchet? Mrs. Ratchet?
Today's the day, baby. Oh no, looks like he fell down. Come over here. Yeah, and you start sawing the fucking foot off.
Okay, so but basically, like they were saying that this guy's foot was basically hanging on by a tendon, and so I think what she did is it wasn't like they didn't go into an OR and perform a surgery. She slashed the tendon.
Okay, hot.
And then so the guy felt it all.
Man, maybe he got drugged. But a lot of failures in the whole chain, obviously, where renegade nurse just has the time to saw somebody's foot off and nobody else is around him. No questions asked. Like, oh shit, why is the bed all bloody? I don't know. You know how old people are.
Yeah, you know, they just bleed.
You know how they are is you're like holding a foot. You're waving it around. Like, I don't know. You know how they are.
Blood's flying around everywhere.
Scratching your own face with someone else's
toenails.
foot. Yeah, I don't know why there's blood everywhere.
Just this gross old black foot.
Scratching your beard. Just I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Big toe in your mustache. Just
God.
Oh man, that is brutal.
Weird foot fetish.
But funny. What a funny goal. To like be like, wear your boots, kids.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Well, because he got frostbite, I think, is what happened. He fell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he fell down in his house or something in the heat. Like he got frostbite, and that's why it happened.
Gotcha.
So, but that's so creepy to think that. Like, what if her family owned just a taxidermy shop with just human parts, and she saw this as like an opportunity to add to the collection?
It's like nice foot.
This guy's gonna die anyway.
Daddy's gonna love this foot. Bring it home to daddy to stuff. What a weird. It sounds like a family taxidermy.
Yeah. But now But honestly, like, there's no wolves. There's no bear. It's not a classic. It's like human parts.
Yeah,
Like
it's weird.
A stuffed hand.
Oh, where'd you get that one? Well, Shady Pines nursing home.
Shady Pines.
I know. Yeah, that's where that foot came from. It's beauty.
The Shady Pines foot incident of 76.
Yeah, you remember reading that in the paper? Yeah, that's it. That's the foot right there. Ooh, man.
That's it.
How'd you get
the infamous foot?
How'd you get your hands on that foot? It's been in the family. It's been in the family for years.
How'd you get your foot on that hands? I mean, but like, imagine the freak show, like walking through that. Expect, like when you go in a taxidermy shop, you expect to see all these animals, stuffed animals that were hunted or whatever. And you just walk in there and it's just limbs from people that were cut off at a nursing home.
Or animals that have people limbs. Is also kind of funny.
like you have human ears.
Yeah, you have a wolf that has all the parts, but one leg is a human leg.
Yeah.
You're like, fucking. You have a bird and it just has hands. Like under the wings, there's a couple hands coming out.
She's like one of those mad scientists that fascination of like of cross,
Like a Frankenstein type.
yeah, Frankenstein, Dr.
Crossbreeding.
Frankenstein with. God, just all these like a bear standing up. You know how they do, but with like human arms,
Human hand, like I guess like a human belly button. I don't know. A human whole human chest. That's it. That's all
a
they
human
have.
penis,
Ooh, that'd be fun.
or human legs. The top half is just all bear, and these skinny human legs.
Skinny old person amputated from Shady Pines
Or
nursing
horse.
home. Yeah, some horse legs. Just throw it in there. I don't know anybody. No one close to me does taxidermy stuff.
Yeah.
There's got to be a certain personality for taxidermy. If you listen right now and you love us, I love you too, but you're probably aware that you're weird. Like it's not a normal thing to just be like, yeah, I'll stuff the dead stuff.
Look at this ad I'm getting.
Is it for toenail clippers?
It's for a wolf in sheep's clothing hanging out at a movie theater.
Cool.
But it's for the flu. Because I was
Weird.
telling the story and I was looking down and I'm like, this is weird. It's a wolf, but with like sheep hair. So that started getting me thinking, like some animals, you know, like when you go out in the wild, you can skin a bear and use their
hide?
fur, their hide
Yeah.
as like I think Native Americans did that with certain animals, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would be a weird animal to do that? Or like if an animal did that to another animal?
Skinned it and wore it?
Yeah.
that would be weird.
Like a wolf. Yeah, like this here is the picture. Like a wolf
Wearing a sheep's...
and then trying to sneak into the sheep thing. I know that Looney Tunes probably did that, but
yeah.
would it happen in real life?
Oh, that'd be scary. If animals started pulling that off. Like, oh boy, we're fucked.
Like
We're fucked.
a shark killing a whale
And hiding inside of it?
hiding inside of it, like going around, just swimming around, but there's a shark inside.
It looks like the alien from Men in Black. More sugar. More sugar. He's still like
Because he doesn't fill out the body fully.
He's just like, that fucking, what's wrong with Gary today? And the whale's just like,
Or you know what'd be weird is so like they have different flukes. You know what a fluke is?
no.
Not something that happens
On
rarely.
accident. Yeah, fluke.
But so like whales have a horizontal fluke,
Okay.
like their tail,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and sharks have a vertical. So a
What do dolphins
I
have?
don't know why. I started thinking about weird shit. So, like, a dolphin has horizontal. So imagine like a shark who's got a vertical fluke trying to fit into a horizontal fluke. What happens?
Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be like when you're laying in a hotel bed and you have to put your feet down because the sheets are so tight. You know what I mean?
I know what you're
So
saying.
now you're laying in bed with your feet sidiways.
I'm kind of comfortable. I'm kind of comfortable.
You have to kick the sheet out.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I do. I get in and just go and just yank them out. Fuck that.
I used to get in a hotel and I would put the remote control in a sandwich bag.
What?
You just seal it off in the sandwich bag. You still use it because you know people are jerking off all over stuff in there. That's all people do when they get in a hotel room is they just
humanity, baby.
jerk off everywhere.
Yeah, true. But it's everywhere all the time.
Yeah, but if you can avoid it, why wouldn't you avoid it?
Yeah, just wear those gas pumping mitts everywhere you go. That's the only way. Same thing. Your whole life.
Gas
Just put
pumping mitt?
Remember those?
No,
They have little like plastic mitts. They're not very popular here in the Northwest.
I've never heard of that.
But other parts of the country that you slap, then you can use the gas pump and then you throw it away.
What?
Huge waste
Why don't we
of
have
plastic.
that here?
Because it's a huge waste of plastic. And who cares? Wash your hands.
Yeah, but when are you going to wash
Just
your
use
hands? You're
just
gonna
do
get
hand sanitizer in your car or something. I don't know. But instead of a landfill just completely filled with gas pumping mitts.
Oh, we were joking about this. Should we save this or
we'll
joke
we'll
about
save it. We'll save
Okay.
it. We'll save it. Just so we can have time to get
What
into
are we
it.
even talking about anymore?
I have no idea. We had some fun. So a nurse cut off someone's
Right,
foot.
right,
remember?
right.
Yeah, crazy story.
the taxidermy. That's about it. I
Okay,
think.
I like that. Let's move on to petty beef.
Okay.
All right.
Silence in the court!
You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is petty beef.
All right, time to be serious. Apologize for that last segment getting a little off the rails.
If you got to start stopping me, dude.
That's fun to let you go, honey. Spread those wings. You can fly. Let's get into our petty beef for this week. Coming in from our ruffled daughter, Danielle, who writes,
What does that mean?
I don't know. Hey, Joe and Brian. Love the show, obviously, because I'm writing in. I have a petty beef I need help with. My husband and I have been fighting over this for years, but can't find an unbiased third-party opinion, so I'm hoping that you guys can settle it. We'll try our best.
Okay.
The issue is how to feed our dog. We have a beautiful Rottweiler mix that we got together. His name is Roscoe. We picked him out together, so ownership, partnership is not a factor in this.
Cute name.
The problem is how to feed him. My husband buys him canned foods, which is fine, but the ingredients is what I have an issue with. He gives him food that sometimes has duck and sometimes has lamb. Now, I am an animal lover, but also a super hypocrite since I'm not vegan and eat chicken and cheese. However, I do not eat ducks and I do not eat baby animals. I love ducks. They are so fun and exciting to see in the wild. Also, babies of all kinds should not be eaten unless it's an emergency. That's the only food is going to be eating a baby. Which, I've been saying that about humans my whole life. As a result, I don't think we should feed our dog these foods. My husband thinks I'm ridiculous and says Roscoe loves his food. I think since I don't want him to eat it, we should only give him food without these ingredients. Also, Roscoe eats horse poop, so I doubt he has a refined enough palate to prefer duck to any other ingredient. Can you please help us settle this? If so, really appreciate it, even if you don't agree with me. Thanks! Oh, 3 exclamation points. Thanks! Danielle. Okay.
That's a lot to unpack there.
It's a lot to unpack. Love the idea of just like, oh, damn it, I don't want to eat this baby, but I'm really hungry. Can't just go steal something like someone else's baby. I know she's talking about baby animals and not baby humans.
Yeah, of course you took it to be. That's where I went too. Like you're all on an island together or something. You're like, well, somebody's got to get eaten.
I'm getting real hungry, and that fucking baby's that useless baby.
What's that baby going to help us with?
Nothing.
It's just going to get in the way.
It's going to give you food is what it's going to do.
How do you divvy that up? I'll take the head.
I'll take like the thigh, I think, of a baby. That seems like the best spot.
Do you think brain's nutritious? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Got to have something there. This falls into the category of projecting feelings and stuff on a dog, which I have always found hilarious.
Dressing them up.
Hilarious. Like, listen, I love animals as much as the next guy. Okay.
You don't know how much the next guy loves animals. It's a big statement.
It is. I'm going out on a limb here. But when you start looking at your dog and because your feelings like, oh man, he feels so sad.
He loves it.
He's not fucking he doesn't care. He's just like, what? You're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Are you embarrassed? They just look at you like, he's so embarrassed. It's
if you put peanut butter on your dick, he would lick it off.
Yeah. What?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like there's not a whole lot of, oh, I'm not going to eat this because it's vegan or not. Like, sure.
Or it's like, oh no, that made him mad. No, he likes his food. He likes that dog. It's like, you can just tell. It's like, no, you fucking like the food.
No, he loves it.
You like the dog.
He loves it when I put him in this bag and carry him around. He loves it.
But okay, let's say that, fine. Let's just talk about the food. The food stuff. You are not the dog. My opinion on this is the dog gets to eat what he likes. And if he likes duck, feed the dog some duck. You don't have to go out and kill duck and then feed it to it. It's just coming. The duck's already dead. It's in a canned dog food. And if the dog likes it, then that's it.
I think what she's saying is the moral of killing baby ducks.
They're already dead.
I know, but
they're in a can already.
No. I think what she has a problem with is that people are killing baby ducks to put in the food. That's the problem she's having, is killing the baby ducks.
I understand
Not that they're already dead, that someone's willing to kill them to feed.
So if it was a grown-up duck, all good to go,
I guess.
Because she also talked about how she's vegan, or is not a vegan, and eat chicken and cheese.
I mean, I get that. I could never kill an animal. I could never, it would have to circumstances of life or death.
Yeah.
I take spiders outside and stuff. I could never kill an animal, but I do eat meat. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a moral thing. I'm going to tell other people they can't do it. Mm-hmm. But I get the idea of not being vegan or but still having compassion for animals. Yeah. It's a weird place to be in because I don't want them to die, but I also love eating meat.
I mean, I don't know. Why is the husband so ingrained on this too? That's one thing you have to consider.
Well, it could be
he's like, no. My dog, Roscoe, he's a duck lover.
Yeah.
And that's all he loves, eating ducks and lamb. So that's weird that he cares that much about it. Because I've seen, if I was in the situation and you had an opinion that deep, like a moral compass about this type of food, I'd be like, all right, I guess we get different food. Because I don't fucking care. As long as the dog likes it and the dog stays alive, then that's the food we'll go with.
He could be one of those guys, though, that's like like guys here in Idaho. They're very much like, I ain't letting no vegetarian tell me what. So like you dig in a little bit. You could have a little bit of that where I'm not going to be told that I can't eat meat. And if she talks about it, maybe he just he digs in harder.
Maybe he just likes doing it because it makes her mad and it's fun to fight about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. It doesn't matter what the fuck you feed a dog. It's going to eat it. But I will say there are foods that are supposedly better, more healthy than just like we eat. Like if we just eat unhealthy food, it's not good for us.
Yeah. I think this is what you need to do, Danielle. My professional opinion. And just talk to your husband and say, why does he care so much about if the dog eats duck and lamb? Like, why is that so important to him? If he doesn't have an answer, be like, let's just don't do that. Let's do the other things and have them eat the other animals that I'm okay with him eating, just not the baby ones.
Yeah, I guess that was the point.
He's like, no, my dog eats baby ducks.
Yeah,
that's what
it's only baby ducks.
Then you can come back and write in and tell us where that went. But I think you just have to figure out, why does he give a shit?
That's the whole thing. I feel like there might be something deeper that they're having other issues, and then that has something to do with it. It's not about the ducks. It's about
his childhood. Like he had a dog. It was his first friend, and a bunch of ducks killed it. Just attacked the dog and drowned it in the lake.
So he's living vicariously through Roscoe.
He's like, no, my dog will eat duck.
Not grown-up ducks.
He won't.
You're going to eat the children of the ducks.
Yeah, and then while you stare at the parents, the duck parents. So there might be some trauma there.
Could be
with the husband. So you just have to let us know. But that's it. That's my pick. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, anytime something like this happens, I immediately go to, it just seems like there's something else is the issue. Yeah. So I feel like just having an open dialogue with what the problem is, and then I think that'll solve everything. It's not about the food. It's not about
that's right.
It's about your marriage.
It's about the love. Keep the love alive, baby. All right, let's take a look at some good news for this week. Are you ready? It has to do with doggies, too.
Oh, can I just say something really quick?
Yeah. Fuck ducks.
So I love chicken wings. Yeah. Buffalo wings and stuff. But I remember somebody was saying something about, I saw a video of there's these little chicks getting tossed into a grinder. And then somebody was saying that about chickens. And then I one time I ordered a thing of 20, 30 wings, something like that. And I visualized that thing and I couldn't finish the rest of them.
Just a plate of baby chickens?
Yeah. That's what I started visualizing, that all these chicks died. And I realized that they're not baby chickens on the thing, but you just start visualizing that, and I completely lost my appetite. I couldn't eat wings for quite a while after that.
Oh, well, I've been through those phases. I go through those phases, but yeah, mostly just push it down. But yeah, I see
bury it,
just bury it, and move on. That's what I do. Okay, let's take a look at some good news. Okay.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray! We aren't doomed.
Yeah, like I always say, bigger the ponytail, bigger the problem. Know what I mean?
That's right. I know what you mean, brother.
All right, so this involves some doggies, but a happy story about them. 3 people and 53 dogs safe after U.S. plane crash lands on snowy golf course.
Whoa.
So this story could have been way worse.
Yeah, it could have been.
It could have been 3 people died and 53 dogs also died. As you guessed, they were transporting some puppies, but a plane carrying dozens of adoptable dogs crashed into the snowy Wisconsin golf course. Fucking Wisconsin again. So the aircraft, which was transporting 53 at-risk adoptable dogs from New Orleans to various shelters, made an emergency landing Western Lakes Golf Course in Pewaukee? Anyway.
Pewaukee. Pewaukee.
All the dogs and 3 people on board sustained injuries, but none were life-threatening. I think we are all unsure about what we're going to be arriving to, but very grateful that everyone is safe, said the director of organizational development at Human Animal Welfare Society in Waukesha County. It's too much. All the dogs now under veterinary supervision, and they're being taken care of. So the plane obviously heavily damaged. It leaked almost 300 gallons of fuel when the crash happened. So lucky it did not go up in flames.
Couple things. could you imagine surviving that? And then some guy walks up with a cigarette. It's like, oh man, look at it. And then drops it and then lights everything on fire and kills everyone.
Goes, where's the captain? You're like, hats off, buddy.
Yeah.
And throws down his butt and rubs it into the ground and goes,
so everyone survives the crash. And then some careless guy with a cigarette murders everyone.
Whew, oh boy.
And also,
it was the captain.
Right.
He goes, oh God, I could use a smoke. He goes, boom.
Yeah, or like a cigar. He's like, oof, that was a close one. And another scenario that I find kind of really funny is he said we didn't know what we were walking into, where we're going to come up on. Could you imagine, like, they're like, oh, dude, we're going to have so many dead bodies. Or like, it's going to be just a graveyard of people. So they bring out all these cornered cars and everything. You drive up and everyone's alive.
Whoops.
And so there's like 15
a fleet of
like a fleet of them. They're like
of vans.
They're like, I guess.
All right, take 5, everyone.
Yeah,
everyone, take 5. You don't want to see them. Like, oh shit, no, we knew you were gonna be okay. Yay!
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
And then the guy walks over. He's like, so we're not going to need any of you guys today.
Go home to your family. Tell your family you love them. But thank you for being on call today. Oh man!
But that's awesome.
That's a happy story. Happy plane crash. Love it.
That's crazy. So no one died.
No one died. No dogs died. No people died.
Wow.
Everyone survived, and hopefully all those dogs got adopted because they were at risk before. Now they've been through some extra shit, dude. Poor dogs.
Hello, darkness, my old
friend. Just staring out the window. Mayday! They're like, yeah, of course. Fucking told you it was going to happen. I know. Like they're all just never think anything good ever is going to happen.
Right.
Of course. Goddamn. Okay, I'm going to show you something that I found on the internet.
Go
ahead.
The corners just adopt them right there. They just toss them in their van, take them home to the kids.
Just have 53. Honey, hope you do like you said you wanted a dog, right?
He comes home with the van, like, what, honey, what do you do? Why did you bring the, and the doors open up, she thinks that body's gonna come out, and it's a golden retriever.
A bunch of limping old dogs that just got in a plane accident. Okay, let's take a look at this.
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes, that's awesome. Alrighty, so Christmas just around the bend. Just around the river bend.
As we're recording, it's Black Friday. There's people out mauling each other right now.
Killing each other over a pair of socks.
Yep.
But these are so good. And I have bought some of these in the past because I just think they're really funny. But if you go to pranko.com, what this company does, not the only thing they do, but they allow you to buy boxes or like fake boxes for you to put gifts in. And then the box like wrapper or the whatever it's advertising on the outside is really ridiculous and funny. Like you have like the Roto Wipe, which has like a brush that spins and cleans your asshole. And it has all, I mean, they look great. You have like the pasta recycler that allows you to lay it back in there and dry your pasta back out if you don't eat it all.
A hay and a needle stack. There's just a pile of needles, and their whole family's digging in the thing. They've got Band-Aids all over their hands.
A spit and slide, the snack hat, which is like, a hat that you just walk around and have it all on there. Some of these, they might as well exist.
How fun would it be to just be the person that comes up with this stuff?
Hide-a-poo. It's just a fake rock that you put over the top of poo that you don't want to pick up.
Extreme chores. It's a video game.
Liquor vest. Just like a life vest you just completely fill up with liquor and have a little Camelback straw into it. But anyway, so you can buy all these things. So as you're planning for your Christmas gifts and you want to send something off to that good friend and have them open it and be like, what the fuck? Just go to pranko.com.
Here's something that kind of ties in what we were saying. There's a pet swing. There's a dog and there's a cat in a swing and you're swinging it. And say goodbye to boring leashes forever. But the idea that someone's like, oh, he likes to be swung.
Yeah, no, he loves it.
He's probably terrified.
Probably hates it. He's just not jumping out.
Dogs will do whatever you want them to do. That's the whole point.
If they want to be fed.
We thought it was going to be so funny one time to tie a thing of like a pack of 10 balloons, like from Up, We tie around our Yorkie, curious if it would lift her up at all.
Yeah.
And the whole time she's standing there, just kind of like, get this hurt. Okay, do whatever you want. Just get it over with.
Right.
And then we took then we're taking a picture of it. She's just standing there with her eyes like,
guys, anyone? Bueller? Okay.
Anyway,
time to hear from some of the kids.
Okay.
Hey,
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
Hey, guys. Hey, before we get into these emails, Joe.
Oh, yeah?
Let's do a quick birthday shout out to our kid, Maddie.
Okay. Hi, Maddie.
Who's back on Sunday.
Oh.
But, you know.
There you go. She sent that email in months ago.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it worked out that we remembered to put it in the show. We still missed her birthday, but we're closer.
It's belated.
Belated birthday. But
is it belated or bladed?
Bladed, like a knife situation. Yeah.
Happy belated birthday. You just start murdering people.
That's a funny card to send out with my switchblades.
Yeah.
I got everybody for Christmas.
It opens up and it shoots out.
Exactly.
Like right in the heart. Happy belated birthday.
Like those, you open the envelope and like a little butterfly comes out, but in this one it's a ballistic knife.
Yep. Just Steve Irwin's you right in the chest.
Happy goddamn it.
All
okay,
right.
Here we go.
First email sent on by our sometimes naked daughter, Mariah. She writes, "Hey, Sky Daddies."
Hi.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to go there. I've been meaning to write in since hearing about Bobby the Butcher and his wife.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So the sexiness, if you haven't heard that episode or you don't remember, wife got turned on seeing him and his butcher stuff.
Yeah, all bloody and
that's
like he just massacred something.
The skinny on it. Okay.
You mentioned the weird things that people get going and things that get people oh my God. You mentioned the weird things that get people going and figured I'd write in.
Okay.
I've been a cam girl on and off for the last 6 years, and here are some of the more obscure requests I've gotten. I thought you'd enjoy them.
Can't wait.
I enjoyed already. All right, number 1, film myself shaving my head for a whopping $200.
Okay, fine.
What if you just put a wig on?
Like a swimmer's cap?
Yeah, and then put a wig and then shade it on.
Here's my Venmo.
Yeah.
I can see here's my Venmo.
Yeah. It's not the same skin tone.
I said, listen, I'm doing what I can here. Okay.
Make a video where I pretend my car had broken down and a good Samaritan, the customer, helps me get it started. Literally nothing sexual at all is happening in this scenario, but the guy got off like crazy on it. He was one of my best customers. So he just shows up and...
Hey, miss.
Looks
like your radiator's busted. I got a toolbox in my pants car.
I've got
I got a screwdriver in my pants.
My pants car.
He's a helper. He wants to help somebody out, and that's what makes him come.
Help me, help you.
That's what makes him come. Boom, boom. I don't know. It should be a song if it's not. Okay, what's next?
So wait, he must have either lived in the same area?
I don't know.
Or like he flew.
I think so make a video of his car, so she would just go in her driveway and pretend her car broke down.
Okay.
But I do, she's like, God damn, it gets so intricate. She has to go, he's like, you're not really selling it. I can see that you're in your driveway.
Yeah.
Can you go to the middle of the desert?
Yep.
And he's like, fuck, now you have a $10,000 budget and these awesome movies, like a camera with a crane to get the shot perfect as you're like, who's going to help me?
Oh no,
I'm stuck forever.
Well, I visualize her actually breaking something in. It's like she drives out into the middle of the desert and she just drives and she emptied out the water in her radiator, whatever.
Okay.
So now her car actually breaks down and then he's driving down the road and this is like a planned area.
That's
so he's driving
scary.
down the road. He pulls over and he's like, what can I do you for?
What you need?
And then that's the way it plays out.
Man.
Like a real life thing. So she had to pay for his airfare.
Yeah,
but it's in the budget.
I mean, this is fun. I get how this is attractive.
Yeah,
but I am happy that I don't need that to come.
Yeah,
I'm always thankful that I don't need that.
You're not necessarily.
But I'm a helper. I love helping people. But it doesn't I don't know. This is just so much work.
Maybe he's not.
Pretend like
maybe
someone,
he's not masturbating. Maybe he's just like.
Well, he said he got the guy off like crazy, so I'm assuming. Okay, let's move on.
Well, maybe getting off. Okay,
it's a different kind of crazy.
Yeah. Number 3, fart clips. Literally just fart into the camera and laugh like I'm an evil villain. Fun fact: the highest I was paid for one of these is $50 for a 5-second clip.
5-second clip. That's a long stinker.
Well, you just fart for a couple seconds, then sniff. Yeah.
Is that the laugh that goes along with it?
And then she just sends it to him, and then 50, and then cha-ching, $50.
I'm sure she gets the money first.
See, that's why I imagine being a girl. Being a woman it has its complications.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Like a woman.
You couldn't vote for a long time, and
there's all that.
The
sexism
pay and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and whatever else,
all that crap that women have to deal with,
and blah blah blah.
But I just can't imagine me, as a male, being able to get enough women who are into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
where I could make a living.
Oh, farting?
Maybe with other men, like gay men or something. But that's a niche audience already.
Yeah.
So can I it's just a guy farting into the thing and then laughing? I don't know. It's just that's such a turn off.
Just what the fuck? Nothing cute about that.
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, fucking shit a little bit.
Oh, no. Anyway, peace. Peace.
Cha-ching.
See you, bro. Okay. All right.
I want to be able to live that life.
Farts.
Okay, 4. Film myself leaking. Okay. Film myself leaking through a see-through shirt and meowing for 10 minutes. This was right after I had my first child. My milk had just come in, and in the downstairs, I was under reconstruction.
Yeah.
So, okay. You
got to wait for that thing to heal up. Can't just go back into the bat cave.
Right.
So this guy, he's like, hey, hear me out. You want a fart video? No. What I need you to do.
Not this time.
No. I'm kind of over that. Moving on to a little more intricate. I'm going to need you to leak your milky tits through this shirt and then meow for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a lot of time.
Yeah.
What are you?
Just loop it.
I was going to say I want to see it, but that sounds creepy. I just want to, I want to see how this video, how'd the production turn out? What were you doing? Were you just sitting in a chair? I don't know. I have a lot of questions about that.
Well, I have a thing about that anyway. So as a person who makes videos and has when I used to film a video, it'd be I need this thing to look good. I need to have the shot.
Yeah.
Perfect. And everything, you think about the production value, and really what it comes down to is the way we are now, just your phone and no one cares really.
As long as it's funny.
Yeah, as long as it's funny. So it's dumbed down like that look. So when you're watching porn, do you want to see something that's real production value, or do you just need a phone and some naked people?
I like a higher production value myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm shaky ass self camera looking.
Yeah, because imagine the if she had to adjust the lighting and do all that, is it worth the effort?
Are my nipples leaking enough?
Or do I just set up a phone and go?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it. That's a whole milky boob cat thing.
Well, we were at my house yesterday, and I actually asked my wife, I'm like, hey, do you know anybody that does OnlyFans? I
remember that.
I would just be I'm just curious. I want to subscribe to someone's OnlyFans to see what they're actually doing. I'm curious. But I also don't want to do it and not tell her.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, do you know anybody? Celebrity people?
She's like, nope.
Okay.
Does your mom have an OnlyFans? She's like, fucking what? Whoopsies.
All right, number 5. I saved the best for last. Hide in a closet and pop out and pretend I was scaring someone. The dude got off crazy hard on hot women scaring him. It felt ridiculous, but he paid well. Here's my shameless. What is this? My shameless self-plug.
You can give out who she is if people want to go subscribe.
mygirlfun.com/public/sweet in petite 98.
Sweet and but N. Sweet
in Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, sweet.
Thanks for reading, even though I'm sure Brian fucked it up a couple times. Hey, I did. Hey. Your stepchild Mariah.
Oh man, setting up that camera shoot where you're like, oh my god, what am I doing? You have to set up your camera on a tripod outside of your closet door, not laugh because you're like, this is fucking ridiculous, and then pop in there and then go, boo, and then it's just all right, and then go back in. And then,
are you naked doing it, or is it just the scaring thing?
I don't know. She didn't specify, but Mariah, we got questions.
Yeah. Let's subscribe to Mariah.
Okay, fine. Let's see how that goes. Our second's coming in. Our final one coming in from our drunk is fuck son Austin. He writes, hello, Sky Daddios. Your typo-prone son, Austin, again. Just heard the recent episode about lying to a police officer about a drunk friend pulling the good old-fashioned B&E. That was yours, the breaking and entry story. Back in college, I was drunk, walking home from the bar with a few friends and decided to split off and take what I thought was going to be a shortcut. I arrived at my apartment and walked up the stairs, put my key in the door, and it wasn't working. I knocked a couple of times and no one answered. After trying again, I proceeded to break said key off in the door lock, mind you. I'm no Dwayne Johnson. Realizing what had just happened, I looked at the apartment number and yep, you guessed it, wrong apartment. To this day, I have no idea what happened afterward, but I assume the people in that apartment had a much worse night than I did. Thank you again.
Seeing a broken off key in your door.
So frustrating. Yeah, there's so much little dumb shit you have to do to get that thing out of there to ever get back in.
It's because it's not like, I mean, if you didn't hear the guy, you didn't have that fear of like someone's trying to break in.
Right.
But then you're like, now I just have to replace my doorknob.
You just don't feel very safe.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Okay, well, that's it for episode 24. I had fun today. Don't go anywhere if you're part of the gaggle. If you support us on Patreon, we're going to keep this party going. Patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. Follow us on social. Subscribe to YouTube. That email for sending stuff in, heyguys@CanYouDon'tPodcast.com. And a big thank you to the babysitters who are the moderators of the Can You Don't Playground Facebook page. If you haven't joined it, head on over there and check it out.
Check it out.
I'm hoping I can get you with this dad joke this week. You ready? Give it a go?
Sure.
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
Okay, wait, Brian, do you want to read the joke this week?
The one that you picked?
Yeah.
That you already know what happens?
That's not how jokes work, huh?
I'll do it.
Well, just trying to be nice.
See, but it's a short one, so I could probably get through it with no mistakes. What does an angry pepper do?
I don't know.
It gets jalapeno in your face. Yeah, that's funny for you because your daughter Pepper gets all up in your face when you're being dick.
Being a dick dad.
Dick dad.
Oh. All right. Well, that was a fun one.
Dallas.
Dick down in Dallas. Remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
All right, guys. Again, we'll keep going if you're part and you support us on Patreon. If not, we'll see you guys in episode 25.
Yeah, boy. Bye.